Support for Radio Friends comes from IT Como, offering computer and IT services for small businesses and residential clients. IT Como can set up remote work-at-home solutions and data security and backup systems and upgrade your company email to more modern platforms. IT Como can also help you get the most from your technology at home. Learn more at itcomo.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, April the 28th. Joan Stack is with us from the State Historical Society. Pleasure to have you here, Joan.
Oh, it's great to be here.
It's a lady I always like to say I can have her on and I just sit back and she's got the information that spews out. But today, what are we going to talk about?
Well, it's Earth Month. I understand it's no longer just Earth Day, but the entire month of April is considered Earth Month. So I thought I'd talk about a new exhibit we have at the State Historical Society, which is on environmental cartoons. It's called Fragile Earth. And what I thought would be kind of fun would be to bring a visual aid that I made because I went a couple of weeks ago to West Middle School. Oh, no, wait, not West. That's where I went to school, Jefferson Middle School. And I went over there to talk to a group of capstone students about how to make an exhibit. Now, of course, they don't have galleries and rooms to make exhibits
Right,
in.
like the State Historical Society.
Yeah, so what I did was create a trifold creation version of the exhibit. So much like the students at Jeff Middle School might do.
Yeah.
And so I took the main text panel, put it in the middle, took two of the cartoons that I thought dealt with some of the main ideas in the exhibit, sustainability and global warming, and put them directly under it. And then I put other cartoons, put the titles, sustainability and global warming, and then put some other cartoons that dealt with those on either side.
Now, there's one that caught my eye down here, and this is Atlas trying to hold up the world. He says, I can't hold it up anymore because it's getting way too hot for me.
Yeah.
And that pretty much deals with the situation that we have now.
Yeah.
So Atlas can't hold up the world.
Yeah.
So when was this cartoon done?
This particular one was, let's see, let me just look on my label. It was 1999.
1999, so over 20, about 24 years ago.
Yeah.
We were talking about it back then.
Yeah, and they didn't quite understand global warming in the early days of the environmental movement, but they understood that there was some real damage being done. And so this one is 1999. The other one is 1971.
Which one is that?
The one that's also right under our main panel, the one of the nest with the egg in it.
Okay, so for listening on the radio, there's a bird's nest, and the egg is the earth in the bird's nest. No, and it says fragile, handle with care.
Yes, and that's where we got the title, Fragile Earth. I really love this cartoon because it's self-explanatory. You don't really have to really understand a great deal about anything to read that visually.
You know, what we really need to stop and think about is the fact that our Earth, it's the only place that we have right now. And we need to all bear responsibility for taking care of it. It is very, very fragile. We keep spewing pollutants into the atmosphere every day without giving it a second thought.
And one of our cartoons is actually from the 30s, before the environmental...
From the 1930s?
Yes, and they recognized that pollution was a problem. They didn't quite understand the worldwide problem. So it says Autumn Comes to St. Louis. And at the time, St. Louis had been declared one of the dirtiest cities in America.
In the 1930s?
In the 1930s.
Because of all the pollution from the smokestacks.
That's right.
And because of that notoriety, they cleaned it up.
Yeah. Yeah, and, the big cities used to, I remember driving in Chicago and you would see a haze of smoke as you drove in, back in the 70s. So things have gotten better where that's concerned. I did want to show a picture of me speaking in front of the West Middle School kids.
Okay.
And there I am, and you can see this poster behind me.
Yeah.
And so it was a way to get the message out to those students, but also to show them how they, too, could put together an exhibit using various visual aids.
What kind of response did you get from the kids?
I think they really liked it. I had a lot of them coming up afterwards, photographing the exhibit, photographing some of the other visual aids I had to help them understand it. I actually had an inflatable globe next to the exhibit and suggested you add visual aids like that to make your point more clear.
Now, at the State Historical Society, what have you got going on with this?
So this is an exhibit in our cartoon and illustration gallery. And so there's about double the number of cartoons that I were...
And all dealing with sustainability and the fragile earth.
And the environmentalism, yes. But we also have some stuff about the early days of the Missouri Department of Conservation. That was an area where Missouri was a leader. We were one of the first departments of conservation. So keeping our wild spaces safe, keeping the water clean, all of that.
I'm looking at one cartoon that you have on this board down on the very corner there. I can't quite make out what it is.
Yes, that's also by the same artist, Tom Engelhardt, and it's kind of the same idea. It says...
Let's see if we can get a picture of it. It's the one right down over here.
So that one is called Not Just for Atlas Anymore. So it kind of goes with the other one we talked about. And in this one, a whole crowd of people are holding up the earth.
Okay.
So that same idea of sustainability, we all have to get together. It can't just be one government, one person. We all need to do our job, and the whole world has to get behind.
Right, so it's not just for Atlas holding up the world anymore.
That's right.
We all need to get together, to work together, to reduce pollution, to make our environment better.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be done, as we know.
And the thing is, you get a lot of good information from these cartoons.
I know. They get the point across in a very simple way that people, especially visual thinkers like me, can really get and understand.
Now, our own Darko, he did one Canary in the Coal Mine. That ran in the Missourian.
That's right. Now, the Canary in the Coal Mine, that I had to explain that to the students because in the old days, they would put a canary in a little cage in a mine, and if the canary got sick, they knew they needed to get all the people out of the mine.
That there was gas in the mine.
So this has to do with the polar bear being designated
as the
endangered species. So he's saying that. So canary in the coal mine, the polar bear is disappearing. We better watch out. We all may suffer the same fate.
Yeah. So if people want to come by and see this exhibit, Joan, at the State Historical Society, when?
Yes, we're open Monday through Friday. We open up at 10 and close at 4:30, and then we're also open on Saturdays, and we open up at 10 and we close at 2:30.
And you're not open on Sunday?
Not open Sunday or Monday.
Okay. All right. That's the State Historical Society. Your location?
We are across the street from Peace Park on Elm Street with the parking lot off of Locust Street.
And the website?
The website is shsmo.org.
shsmo.org for the State Historical Society. JOAN Stack, always a pleasure having you here. And as I said, you really are a walking encyclopedia. The woman can talk about anything. Just give her a topic and she goes. Okay? And if you see her down at the State Historical Society, ask her any questions, she can answer them for you.
Oh, yeah. Happy to talk to you.
All right. If there's something that you would like to hear or see, I would love to hear from you. Just drop me an email. That's pepperp@missouri.edu. Have yourself a nice day. And when you go out in the mountain, be nice to each other and wear that smile. Bye-bye.